Okay, so thanks for taking time to attend the session today. Okay, I'm between you and lunch, so I will keep things quick. So my name is Washawn. I'm a solutions architect from Red Hat. I'm going to share a couple of things with you today, and after this, I hope it will clear your doubts. What is a guy from Red Hat doing in a track that talks about machine learning and stuff? Okay. Okay. First of all, I'm going to talk briefly about how Red Hat uses predictive analytics, okay, to help customers unlock and those potential risks and issues within their technical environment. How we can take action to fix it before they become problems that will impact your business. After that, I will switch gear to talk a bit on container technologies, container platforms, and see how they can help you manage your complex workload, okay, like analytics and machine learning and so on. Okay, Red Hat Insights. Okay, as customers' business grow, typically your IT workload, your deployment, okay, they will evolve as well. And very likely they will get to grow bigger, they'll get more complex, more complicated. So when we reach that state, how are we going to deal with critical IT issues? And can we still continue to be effective and efficient in the way that we maintain and we monitor our IT environment? So this is where Red Hat Insights comes in to help. Okay, what we want to do is to basically help IT to move out of a firefighting mode, okay, into a more smarter, a more proactive way to monitor and to manage your environment. So Red Hat Insights is hosted in the cloud. Okay, so what it does is that it will provide ongoing, in-depth analysis of your Red Hat infrastructure deployments. Okay, so it's able to do so by collecting system-level metadata, and it will, once it collects this information, okay, it will be compared against this very ever-growing database that Red Hat has built up over the years. To talk a bit more about this database is essentially a collective representation of all the technical knowledge, all the deep product expertise from our engineers, our product team, okay, and all the support issues that we have helped customers solve on the ground. Okay, so once those data has been collected, processed, and analyzed, we will be able to come back to customers with the risk assessment of their environment. Okay, so we will have a view about how risky your setup is in the areas of security, performance, stability, and we will also recommend resolution steps. How are you going to fix these issues? And for customers who are already running our automation tool, Ansible, okay, we will even go a step forward, okay, to provide you with the scripts and the automation for you to fix those issues, okay, without spending too much on the manual efforts and so on. Okay, so all this good stuff, how easy is it to get Red Hat Insights? Okay, in terms of installation, in terms of setting up, it's very straightforward. It's hosted in the cloud. So what you need to do is to install a very lightweight client or an agent, if you want to call it, okay, into your environment. And it not only runs on your OS. Okay, if you already have some management solutions from Red Hat, CloudForms, Satellite, okay, you can run these Insight tools on them as well. And this Insight tool also runs on top of our virtualization and our containers platform as well. Okay, so how does this Red Hat Insight actually work? How does it collect information? Okay, so I'll just talk a bit about that aspect now. So every time when a system is registered with Red Hat Insights, okay, you have installed the client, you have and so on. So what it does is that it will start to collect a very small amount of information, and it will be sent back to the cloud. Okay, so this information that's collected, they are usually those configuration files that you have kept on your system. And for those that have experience creating an SOS report, for some support cases and so on, the amount of information collected by Red Hat Insights is only roughly about 1% of what you they generate in the SOS report. In terms of data collection, okay, by default, is done every 24 hours. Okay, so if you collect data today, the next day you will collect a fresh set of information, and the information that was collected the day before, it will be purged. And in the event, if there are no activities after the last round of data collection, okay, after 2 weeks, about 14, 15 days, all the information that are stored with Red Hat will be purged as well. Okay, so there's no worry about having some external parties keeping your information regarding your system, you know, for too long. And data will be transferred back to the cloud, okay, over a SSL encrypted channel. And of course, data at rest, all the information will be encrypted as well, okay, while they are being stored. Okay, so of course we are collecting data, but customers will always want to know, okay, what information is being collected. Okay, so the things that Red Hat Insights will collect are very well documented on our support portal. And at the same time, you do have the freedom to preview what is being collected, and you can opt out of data that you are not comfortable to be sent out. Okay, so and you can even change the frequency of how long data is being collected and so on. So you have total control over this level of things to make sure that all the entire experience is well suited for your company. Okay, so what you see here is a console of Red Hat's Insights. Okay, as you see, there are a couple of functions on the sidebar there. I'll just speak about a few of them. So under the Actions tab, okay, these are all the issues that has been flagged out by Red Hat Insights across your entire environment. So you can see that I have issues that are categorized into different areas: security, stability, performance, and I also have the same issues categorized by how serious they are. Okay, so at a glance, you will know that you know what are the areas that you want to move in, and you can drill down to get more information. And on the sidebar, okay, we have a planner function. Okay, this planner function is essentially for you to create this object called a maintenance plan. Okay, a maintenance plan is for you to collectively group together all the issues so that you can have a better way to track them, to manage them, to make sure that they are fixed. The rules section allows you to see all how Red Hat Insights make decisions based on the conditions that has been listed under the rules section. So it will tell you why some issues are being flagged as critical, why some issues are being flagged as impacting security. So you will know the decision-making process of how Red Hat Insights work, and you can also choose to turn off or disable rules that doesn't apply to your environment. Okay, and under the executive reports, okay, this is where you will get a graphical dashboard, okay, that documents the trends and the overall state of your entire environment. Okay, so this will be useful if you need to report to your managers and so on. Okay, if we were to dive into the at the host level, at the system level, okay, this is the console view that you will see. Basically, I'll be able to get some basic information of the OS itself, what OS version is running, you know, when was the last time things has been done on this node. And there's also a collective, a collection of all the issues that has been flagged up by this, by Red Hat Insights on this system. Okay, so if you take note at the little circle symbol at the extreme right-hand side of every issue. Okay, so these represent issues that we can generate Ansible playbooks, okay, for you to automate the fixing of the all the issues that has been found. Okay, so Ansible playbook is just like a recipe. It basically documents down the automated steps that you want to apply to your environment. Okay, so in summary, you will see that Red Hat Insights, they give customers the increased visibility into their IT environment, okay, and plus guidance from Red Hat, to inform them of how to apply best practices and how to give them fixes for things that are deemed important enough to fix. So with that, we want to help customers, optimize their IT performance, to avoid disruptions to their workload. And, we want customers to focus on the strategic goal of growing their business. Okay, I'll just switch context a bit after talking about how we help customers gain insight into their environment. Okay, so now I'll switch gears to talk a bit about container technologies. So I believe most of you here will know that container technologies allow us to run application in isolated processes or runtimes within a single host. Okay, and containers run out of this thing called image, or you can call it like a template if you like to see it that way. So an image will contain all the dependencies, all the files that is required for the container to run. Okay, so you can imagine the level of consistency and the portability if I can bring this workload, this image across multiple environments, across different infrastructure. As long as they support the same container runtime, okay, we will be able to seamlessly move workloads across. Okay, and this will again create a very good separation of concern, okay, between the dev teams and the ops team. No more fighting across that. It was working on my desktop, it was working on UAT and so on. Okay, so everything is consistent, and it will reduce conflict and will improve the efficiency of the entire delivery process as well. Okay, how about container platforms? Okay, so we will need container platform like Kubernetes, okay, to improve the whole experience of running container workload across multiple hosts. Okay, so it will abstract off, it will automate a lot of the manual process that you need to get container workloads spread across different nodes and so on. And talking about container platform, for the last few years, we have seen a lot of take-up on our customer space. And most of them are started running very typical web-based workload, okay, web applications and so on. But we are also seeing an increase in interest of them running different kind of workloads, like they could be running an ingestion layer for IoT. They are also seeing a lot of customers running analytics and machine learning workload as well. Okay, so a lot of business today, they are also trying to leverage on these machine learning technologies, in order to make sense of the huge amount of data they have access to. Okay, and the challenge of running machine learning workload is that it's fairly complicated. It's fairly bespoke, if I do say. If you to take a look at all the infrastructure setup, if you want to look at all the data science workflow and so on. So if we can have an application platform, okay, or a container application platform that can standardize, that can define, that can spell out a very well-defined machine learning workload in terms of container images and so on. Okay, so data scientists, enterprise application developers, they will find it very easy to scale up, to deploy a stack of machine learning workload so that it's very easy for them to access such capabilities and for them to create new features and roll out new business for new applications for their business. Okay, so again, we have seen many customers adopting container strategies. The consistency that the containers provide, they make software delivery very smooth and fast. And as I mentioned earlier on, the silo world between the dev teams and ops team, they are now being able to have very well-defined areas of concern, less friction, less conflict. And the other aspect of the thing is that we are basically forming the basic building blocks for them to recreate very identical environments along different stages of the software delivery cycle. Okay, if you need something, if you need to spin up some stuff for load testing, you want to spin up a sandbox environment, okay, do it in the container world. You get things up within seconds. minutes. Okay, it's very fast. You just need to tear down, and you can integrate everything into your entire build process, automate it. Okay. So while running container workload on single host is very straightforward and easy. Okay, when we talk about running it through on multiple hosts, this is where we need a container platform. So a container platform will help to manage the complexity. Okay, when we disperse our containers across different hardware, different hosts, and it will also help to take care of things like where to place a server, how does where to place a container, and how does containers discover each other, and a host of other features that you need to think of when you're running container workload on more than one host. Okay, so and with a platform from the application developer side, you will also get the benefit is that there will be less disruption, okay, to your, if you already have a very robust build pipeline, your CI/CD flow on the ground. Okay, a platform will expose all the necessary touch points, APIs, okay, for your current workflow to interact with. So in a sense that you are probably not going to overhaul the way that your developers are working today. And that's where some of the values that a container platform can bring. Okay, so Red Hat being an open source company, we deliver enterprise-ready products, okay, that are powered by innovation from the community. And taking Red Hat OpenShift container platform as an example, okay, it came out from a very good community project. And what Red Hat does is to enhance it with additional capabilities, okay, to improve developer experience, to make it easier to maintain, to make it easier to operate. Okay, so that's where what actually differentiates a community project with an enterprise product. So again, using OpenShift container platform as an example, today is a fully integrated stack with all the automation, all the self-service build and deployment capabilities, which makes it very easy for adoption and consumption by enterprise customers. Okay, machine learning workload. Again, this is an area that Red Hat has been exploring. So more than a year back, we actually launched a community project called Red Analytics. Okay, so with the aim of trying to make it easier to deploy and deliver intelligence applications on our platform. Okay, we want to make machine learning capabilities easy to access. Okay, we want to support data science workflow. So with this project, we also bring along a suite of a lot of open source projects and so on. So we have OceanCore, we bring along Jupyter, Kafka, and a lot of other different open source projects to make machine learning works at a container level. Okay, so what you're seeing here is the screenshot of the OceanCore project. Okay, basically this provides you with a web-based UI. Okay, for operators who are not so in-depth into managing infrastructure, it gives them a UI for them to spin up container instances of a Apache cluster. Just need to put in the number of nodes you want, and then you spin it off. Okay, same experience in terms of how you scale up, scale down, and so on. Everything done through the UI. Okay, and in terms of user experience, there's not much differences. You still get the same feature that you have, whether it's running in containers or not. Okay, so far so good. I'll again switch gear to talk about some of the initiatives that AWS and Red Hat is working together to drive cloud and container technologies adoption. Okay. So for those who are interested to spin up OpenShift container platform on AWS, okay, today there's a quick start. The quick start that basically provides you CloudFormation templates that will adhere to the good practices, split my workload across different AZs and so on. And after spinning up all these infrastructure layer, okay, it will be integrated with a Ansible playbook, which is what is being used to install the OpenShift cluster. So for those who are interested, you can take a look at that. It now supports up to 3.7, which is the previous version of a GA OpenShift container platform. Okay, the other aspect I want to talk about is the AWS Service Broker API. Okay, so this is based on the industry standard, the Open Service Broker, which essentially from a user's perspective, now he can, through the OpenShift console, have access to AWS, and he can provision instances, he can provision a database, for example, spin it up, scale, and when he deploy an application in OpenShift, they will be able to be integrate with each other seamlessly. So the operator does not need to move between two consoles. Everything done within the comfort of one console itself, and you will see the value that this brings. Right now, when we talk about cloud, we don't really want to care where is my instances running and so on. So this is one way, to achieve that kind of experience. Okay, so customer use cases. We just want to talk about a few customers, prominent customers that have solved their business issues, have solved their IT issues using both cloud and container technology. Okay, Cathay Pacific Airways, they used to face problems in their online services performance, scalability, time to market. So they embarked on a digital transformation journey. They moved their workload to the cloud, to AWS, automated their process, run their workloads on containers, and they are able to achieve pretty good outcomes. They achieve resource savings. Okay, they are able to turn around their software faster, and they are able to get better customer feedback from their online services. Okay, Macquarie Bank, again, same thing. They are at the stage that they realize that they need to stay relevant. They know that their customers' expectations are evolving. So they need to roll out features fast. They need to respond to market conditions faster. And whatever they are doing back then isn't allowing them to do so. So what they have done is that they, again, move their workload to a cloud. It's pretty much the same story of what happened in Pacific Airways, except that in this time around, they also engage Red Hat consultants, to go in and move things along to a DevOps approach. And same thing, from then onwards, they are able to deliver services faster. They are able to respond to changes in the market faster. Okay, so these are two examples of customer use cases which have successfully digitally transformed. Okay, and they are able to get very good business outcome based on the technologies of AWS and what OpenShift can provide. Okay, so that's pretty much what I have today. But before I end the session, I'd just like to bring to your attention my hardworking teammates at their demo booth. They have some very fantastic demos, definitely much more interesting than what I'm sharing here. Do give their support. Drop by our booth, have a chat with our guys. I'll be there as well. And with that, I would like to thank you for your time, and have a good day, and enjoy your lunch.